love. I live in a country with 1.4 billion people for the last 2 years, and I was single the entire time. A year and a half ago, true story, a year and a half ago, I was on a train from Beijing to Shanghai with 2 friends. And it was an overnight train, and in our compartment was a Chinese woman about 70 years old. And as Chinese women her age tend to do, she was asking us a lot of questions about our lives, where we worked, where we were from, if we were married with kids, what was in our passport. And at one point she turned to me and said, do you have any brothers and sisters? And I said, I have 1 brother and 1 sister. And she said, if you were in China in grave danger near death, would your brother come and help you? And at the time I was so unprepared for the question that all I could think to say was, I seriously doubt it, lady. That plane ticket would cost a lot. But even though those were the words that came out of my mouth, that's not what I had in mind. Because the truth is, even though I may not have known it, and most of the time I probably didn't, but for the past 24 years, my brother's always been there for me. And if I could go back and speak to her again, I would change my answer in 2 ways. The first way, I would tell her that I had the best big brother in the world growing up, and I know he'd be there for me, just like I'd be there for him. And the second way, even though they weren't married at that time, I had 1 brother and 2 older sisters. I've basically been away at college or in China since they started dating. But every time I come home, whatever time I don't spend with my mother, I spend with them. They become 2 of my best friends and 2 of my biggest supporters. And living in a country where love isn't necessarily an important aspect of marriage, I feel very fortunate to be able to Skype with them daily and see a great example of what love really is. And I couldn't be happier to finally announce that Katherine is officially part of our family.